What up, homies? Are you tired of wasting your time practicing your skills all day? Or do you want to make a POLYPHIA song, but you do not know where to start? Today, as a secret member of POLYPHIA, it is my job to show you how to make music like POLYPHIA. For our song title, it should be something very original. So our song will be called The Ego Deaths Bro, which is very original. Because every great music starts with a great game plan. It is time to show you the secret game plan. First, we start off with the song structure. We'll keep it short and sweet for tutorial purposes. Next, we write the intro riff, the main riff, the bass. Translate the beat to drums and get some features like the brass guy and the strings guy. Add some post-production and then finally master the track. Let's start with the beat guy. For the structure, we'll go for the short arrangement pattern. Next is we designate the parts. This is a rough idea on how we want the arrangement to be. Make sure the beat hits harder than your uncle. And make sure it makes people's heads pop. Set the tempo to 126 BPM. Set the song key to E minor. But why, you should ask? You should never ask. Start the song by using a horn stab to make a bass line. Make it wide. Add a Reese bass. Then create a filter automation so it comes in perfectly. Do not forget to remove the lower frequencies so the bass on the main part hits harder than your uncle. Now that the intro elements are set, it is time to make an intro riff. For the playability, a riff would be very simple. Harmonic minor sounding, has that trill and has lots of grace notes. For the effects, we'll have one that simulates the room mic and features the multi-voicer. Use your phone's mic to record your guitar. Then add the secret ingredient, which is the plate reverb, to make it sound notchy. Also, add a plate reverb on the guitar that goes through your interface and use automations to transition your plate reverb into the main reverb. Control the cutoff of the multi-voicer so it comes in perfectly. Also make sure it's wide. Take the last part of the guitar and make it beat crushed and tape stopped for a nice transition. This is how your intro should sound like. We'll start by making the beat for our main section. Add an 808 that follows the bass line. Add some kick that follows the 808. Snare. Add another snare. Make sure it's wide. Some percussions. Hats. And more hats. Add some open hats on the second section so it makes your head bop more. Now that we had the beat, it's time to make the main riff. The main riff will be a thumping riff that has a lot of ghost notes and has hammer-ons from nowhere. Make sure to prioritize the lower strings because they sound more poppy than the higher strings. Lastly, you must bop your head to make it sound right. There are tons of videos teaching you how to play like POLYPHIA, especially this one right here. But they do not know the secret technique, which I am going to show you. First, you use the left hand to fret the string. Next is you use your right hand to pluck the string. That's all you need to know. Again, use the left hand to fret. Now that we had the main riff, it's time to add the bass. For the bass, you should use the hybrid slap triplet ghost notes thingy that follows the guitar and sometimes the drums. Be careful in picking your notes because sometimes it sounds like shit when played with the guitar. Here's the bass riff that I wrote. Now that we finished the bass, it's time to translate the drums. As the drum guy, it is your job to translate the beat version into rock version. Make use of your cymbals. Your par should either accent the guitar or the bass. For the drums, make sure to use the right samples for your drum triggers. Be creative with your cymbal patterns and pan them left to right to add more sparkle and color to the mix. Use a splash or china on the second part to make it sound more head boppy. Add some fills. Here's the drum and bass played together. Next, we write the elements of our outro. Pan the lead brass to the left, then add the strings that accent the brass to the right. Widen up the pad, because the pad is always wide. Add that staccato thing that takes the middle of the stereo field. Together, somehow finish your song, but your song still sounds like shit. No sweat on hard hat. The mixing engineer is here to fix our mess. The mixing engineer makes sure that every pitch stays in line. For mixing, we add some post-production effects, which are vocal cuts, transition effects like risers, downlifters, and effects, and that bit crash sound at the end of guitars. Sidechain your instruments to the kick to make the volume of your main instrument stop when the kick hits. Also, sidechain your instruments to the snare's dominant frequency to make the snare pop out more in the mix. Also make sure that you use the stereo field properly for your sounds. Panning is very important, especially when you have many instruments on your track. Use a parametric EQ and try to find the harsh frequencies, then turn them down a bit. This is a technique that only pros use. Cut unnecessary frequencies. Give frequency for instruments. What I remove from the guitar is what I give to the bass. Lastly, before setting it to the master, make sure you give it a headroom of up to negative 3 dB for as long as you do not clip. Finally, it's time to give it to your master. After giving it to your master, all you have to do is make a cover art and go viral. So that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something new today. If you enjoyed the song we made, you can click here to watch the 10-minute loop of the song. The tabs of this song is free for both guitar and the bass. Just click the link in the description. If you love this video, please leave a like and a sub. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, stay tuned for more super lit content. Peace out.